Well, you guys have been asking for it, and here it is. It's the Gen 2 and 2.5 Mitsubishi Montero third row storage system. What you're looking at here are two separate products. You're looking at the side panels and the horizontal shelf. They're sold separately, and unlike the Gen 3 storage system, you do not need to have the side panels in order to have the upper shelf. So let's start with the side panels. What do you get? You get this panel that goes over the window, this panel that attaches to where the third row seats would be, and you get that for both sides. These are made of steel. They bolt to where your third row seats were here, those 4 bolts, and then this attaches to the window panel, and the top of the window panel attaches behind the grab handle. So, as you can see, no permanent modifications are needed to the vehicle. You don't need to drill any holes. The only thing that you're sacrificing is your third row seats. You do still have access to your slider. Depending, you have some adjustability where you put this side panel. You can have it come all the way kind of to the back here or all the way forward. I've got mine basically in the middle, and I can still get to the slider. It is a little, funny. You have to like put your finger in between all of these holes and move it one bit at a time, but it does work, and that's nice. So that you're not giving up that really cool functionality if you happen to have a Montero that has the rear sliding windows. Especially if you have a sleeping platform back here. I did on my old 98, and I had bug screen that I would attach to the outside. And then at night when I'm sleeping back here, I would crack that window for fresh, cool air. And so yeah, you're not losing that functionality. I also think this adds a good amount of security. I never put a lot of faith in just those plastic latches to keep this vehicle secure if someone ever wanted to break in through that rear window, but now, of course, they can't. This is gonna prevent them from getting in here. One of the things that I really like about this system is the fact that you get double the amount of storage locations as you do with the Gen 3 system. I like that it's got this whole lower panel that you can put stuff in addition to the big window panel. That, coupled with the fact that the side panels and shelf are independent of each other, I think is really cool, because there are going to be people out there who just want the overhead shelf and don't necessarily need the side panels. Because it is steel construction, and because it's bolting into the existing body mounts on the top as well as on the bottom where the third row seats are, this is incredibly strong. This doesn't move at all. You could put so much weight on here and it's going to be just fine, because again, these mounts are used to holding up those heavy third row seats. In terms of weight that you're going to be adding to your vehicle, you're going to be adding 25 total pounds, and that includes both the left and right side, which is how we sell them as a pair, which is obviously far less than the weight of the third row seats that you're removing. And as you can see, you can still keep your grab handle up here. It does come with some new bolts, and you can remove the grab handle entirely and just have it bolted, the panel bolted into place and no grab handle. But if you want to keep your grab handle like I did, which I think is cool because it's one more place where you can hook like bungee cords up to for storage, you can. And now let's talk about the upper shelf. The upper shelf attaches in the same place to the grab handle mounts. You've got this bracket that comes down, and then the shelf bolts to that bracket. You've got some adjustability. You've got these 4 holes here, so you can move the shelf either full rearward like I have it, or you can move it up a little bit. I have it full rearward so that the second row passengers, they can have their seats reclined further without worrying about hitting their heads on the shelf. And I'll show you that in more detail in a second. So the upper shelf, very simple to install. You just bolt it in there, and then you've got 2 bolts here, and same thing on the other side. And then it also comes with this vertical cargo barrier that you can install if you want to. And it goes right up to the ceiling. There's no room hardly at all, like a few millimeters. In fact, if you install this horizontal shelf on the lower position, that vertical bracket won't fit. So it's very, very close to the ceiling. So going to keep your gear from falling forward and spilling into the passenger cabin. So looking in from the second row, as you can see here, I've got that upper shelf as far back as it'll go, and I've got the seats reclined some right now, so I like that, so it's further back, but you can move it so it sticks out a little bit further if you needed to. Just like with the side panels, the upper shelf is made of steel. The upper shelf by itself weighs 18 pounds, and then the forward cargo barrier weighs 5 pounds. You're going to get both when you order the upper shelf, but of course you don't have to use the cargo barrier if you don't want to. Now this system is expandable with a lower shelf that would go in about right here, which we're not offering at the moment of this recording, which is in May 2024. Maybe one day we'll add it. I think we have 1 or 2 of them available right now that we got as samples. I have to say, unfortunately, is I don't know about the supply of this product. I think it's going to be pretty limited. What we have right now might be all that we have for quite a while, and I'm not 100% sure how much more we'll be able to get of these. It was quite a challenge. I'm happy they're here, though, don't get me wrong. It's a really cool piece of kit. It's incredibly strong, and is very simple to install with just a few bolts. So that pretty much sums up this product spotlight video. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and reach out to us. And these are available for purchase at lusooverland.com. Thanks so much.